Krishna, one question, like maybe I don't know this group useful or not. Like, I mean, anyway, I will just put it like,
Mhm.
for example, like we are sending some data from iFlow to SAP scenario. Basically, IDOC is the receiver. We need to send the
Uh-huh.
IDOC to SAP. The SAP is
Okay.
down. For some reason, SAP
Huh.
is down. So
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
the retry mechanism will work actually in this case, actually? Like how we can reprocess that messages.
So,
Like
so in that case, uh,
assume that SFTP we are reading the file and then
mhm.
putting in the PI, and then it's SFTP to IDOC scenario. Okay, so
Mhm.
SAP is down. Some reason is down actually. So how will you like retry this, or how will you do this scenario? Like actually like
Using data stores or using
anything,
JMS queues.
data JMS, anything which is the best. Like in this case, actually IDOC we need to we need to retry and reprocess it. Okay, and
So
also
in
will
that
it be
case,
one iFlow, or because the IDOC might be like different IDOCs because the connection might be one connection, correct? Sometimes we want
mhm.
to
Mhm.
define one common iFlow. I don't know. You got me? So
Mhm.
in this SFTP IDOC scenario, how will you like retry mechanism works actually? That's what I want to know.
See, as a best practice,
Oh,
you so if it's an IDOC since probably uh, others if you're not able to follow probably no need
okay.
to focus on this. I will explain it later as well as we discuss all the shapes. So in case of an IDOC, so what will how your designing will be, you will have a common flow, okay, from your this is my IDOC or SFTP. Let's say I'm receiving
Sir,
and
but the
then
best practice here, like in this scenario, generally like the QA people, they will say that
hmm?
uh, retry should always be from the sender only, right? I mean that ISO and whatever those quality control people.
Retry, but sometimes if it is, but how the sender will come to know that
Ah, we
this
can we
is
can we can tell the sender, like we can alert the sender. We can send alerts to the sender, but I mean at
but
least in
if your
PI it should be like
file, I doubt if it's a SFTP file, I think if it is pulled, it will be deleted, right?
Yeah, just to answer that Kaudami or Krishna this question, see SFTP there is a reprocessing is there, the polling reprocessing is there. Okay, you see, unless this iFlow is successful, I think the file will not be deleted. That's what my understanding actually.
right.
Okay.
Please correct me for the SFTP scenario, but other scenario, no. Whatever Gautami is saying, it will not work out. Actually, the data is already in CPI. Okay, but SFTP, I know there is a repoll. The polling option is there. I think it will not be deleted until this iFlow is end-to-end successful. Krishna, please correct me if I'm wrong. Actually,
That's not true in PIPO, right?
no, no, PIPO it will store. You can after 1 year also you can able to reprocess Gautami. So this is different actually. Like a CP is a little different.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, yeah.
the handshake will be done once the data delivered to the PIPO. Okay.
Right.
But here it is not like that. Until this flow, this integration process, they call it as exchange, like the flow, it starts here from SFTP until that flow is successful, the integration process is successful, it will not delete that file actually. You got me? What is that means? The file is not delivering from CPI to the, what do you call, the SAP. Okay? Because that is also, there is a arrow mark is there, correct? I think that is also part of this integration process. If that fails, this SFTP file will not be deleted. That's what my understanding for the SFTP case. But don't assume that this. I'm just talking about not only SFTP. You can take any other case, which I am asking Krishna
And
Right, right.
just to, as a brainstorming. Okay.
I
Right,
So
right. Yeah, yeah. No, I got
sorry,
that.
don't get me wrong. This is just a Krishna knows me like a.
Actually, it's a
That's
good
why I
I
want to be
I can
silent
yeah.
spectator in this
I
group.
can add few things
Yeah.
on this, right? So usually in real time, right? I will just give you a real example which we are implementing in last week only. So
Okay.
whenever we are going with this SFTP, right? So based on that processing, right, we are not deleting it. We are archiving it for number of days first. Okay.
Yeah.
And after that, after number of days is like, then auto job is there, which will start cleaning of those archive files.
Yeah.
So that is a real time. I'm just giving like what we are following it in our project. So
Yeah.
as a client, they are just asking us to put it in archive folder once we have. After that, I think the number of like it based on the timestamp, and that processing is done, then it is going into an archive mode, not
Yeah,
deleting.
that's right. Archive or deletion is fine. That strategy is fine. My question is this integration process itself will control or not. I'm trying to understand, Praveen. You got me? You're right. Always we archive. Somewhere we'll archive. Either SFTP, we will archive there. You got me? Or
Mhm.
local file server. If SFTP is
Yeah.
external client, if they don't allow to archive, we will archive in somewhere locally also. Okay?
Mhm.
If we will
You want to
always
know
archive
about
from the.
retrigger only, right? How to
Huh?
retrigger. That's the
Sorry?
question, right? How to retrigger.
Yeah. I'm talking about assume that is this SFTP, like Krishna, if you can put that target system as SAP, the people can understand that there. Otherwise, this question is keep on coming. There, right in that SFTP, the arrow mark as a whatever SAP, so that the people. Sorry,
Okay,
Krishna.
okay.
Yeah, so this is assume that SFTP we are picking the file, it is coming to CPA and then it is going to SAP as IDOC. But assume that SAP is down, some reason SAP down like server is down. Okay, okay. I mean after 3-4 hours it might be up, or maximum one day they are up. Okay, assume that. In that case, what will happen to the data? You got me. So that's why how the retry will work. You got me. Let us see. Like Krishna will give the answer. We'll brainstorm also. You got me. Yeah. In terms of Praveen, whatever you told me true. Always SFTP we will have archive. Okay. In the same one archive folder will be there. We will not delete until we are archive it. We will not delete the file. We will archive somewhere. Once it's deleted, we'll archive once successfully done. Or sometime we locally also archive. Locally in the sense if SFTP belongs to the external vendor, sometimes they don't want to store your data. Like they don't want to keep your data for a long time. Okay. What they will say, you write it locally yourself after picking the file. Sometimes we written our local mount also file
Mhm.
server.
Mhm.
Okay. There are other strategy. Anyway, we'll come to that one actually. Okay. Yeah, other
Okay.
thing, third point, I want to be silent in the group because you guys, Krishna knows me. I am a like past batch guy, so I want to be silent so that you guys learn it. I'm just a refreshing purpose. I joined this group actually. Yeah, thank you, Krishna. Like,
No, no, no. I knowingly I asked. I know your wisdom. I want
yeah,
everyone to also learn from your experience.
yeah,
That is the reason. It's not like that I will be talking. I also have to learn. Okay. So
yeah,
this is both ways. Okay. So we will be discussing this thing in more detail. If someone wants to drop, feel free to do that. I am going to discuss it again. Okay. Uh, Prabha, let's say the moment you receive something, you will push it to the conceptually how you have to do. The moment you receive something, you will push it to a JMS queue, and from the JMS queue, another integration process will start pulling that message and it will start processing. Okay, so once the sender JMS, so sender JMS is having that retry capability actually. Okay, in
okay,
case of any failure, the sender
okay,
JMS is having that capability. So that configuration we will do here. And the moment this JMS sender will start pulling the message, we will also hold the original message in a property, because what will
No, the
happen
first one
in,
is not SAP, that is SFTP. Yeah,
okay,
just SFTP so that the people, yeah, SFTP, yeah,
okay, from
Yeah, yeah, I
SFTP
got
we
that.
have got
yeah,
the file, okay,
uh,
and
uh,
then you are pushing it to the JMS queue. Same
okay,
thing will
yeah,
happen, okay.
okay,
And in case of any failure now, so the role of this flow is done. Now it will internally, it will just place the file. It will just place the file. Its role is complete. Okay. So after placing the file, now since the file is in the JMS queue, my JMS queue will start looking for the file, and automatically it will start pulling the file the moment a data is there from that queue, and it will start processing. So what it will do, how we will design, the moment it will read the payload, we will hold that payload in a property. Why we will hold the payload in a property? Because in case of failure, what will happen? the message body will be overridden by the exception. Okay, but we have to reprocess the original message. If our body is having the exception, we are losing our original message. So for that, what we will do, the moment you receive the means after the JMS sender, we will hold the payload in a property. Okay, and then we will call our main integration flow using a request reply, and we will use a process director adapter, and we will call another integration flow. This is the main integration flow which will be sending an IDOC. Okay, so case 1 success scenario, it will place the file. Case 2, in case of any failure, let's say target is down, SAP system is down, so what will happen? Connection will break. Connection will break means it is going to fail. So once it is failed, control will come back to my exception, this particular block. So inside my exception, if I will override the payload. So now what will happen when it will come to this exception block? It will have the exception message in the body, but I have already stored the payload in a property. So I will override the body. Okay, I will override the body, and then the JMS center will automatically be doing that retry. Okay, the number of times which we assign here, it will keep on retrying during that interval actually. And then we have to make some slight changes, means to control how many number of retries, 1, 2, 3. Those implementation we have to implement here. How to do that, we will discuss in detail. That's
Yeah, sure,
something little
sure. So
advanced.
just to reiterate, Krishna, so the second I flow will be keep trying for the error one, correct?
Exactly.